So here I want to go a little bit more into the live aspect. Today I did a live story.
We're trying this again. So I'm super excited to bring my friend Viana on here, who we're going to talk about basic dating and, divorce and the stigma of divorce and so on and so forth. So I'm really excited to have her here. Hi girl, I see you. So let's see if this will work.
As you can see, if I wanted to send that live video to someone, all the people that I would want to send it to would show up here, or I could just search.
Yeah.
Here, if I press the three dots, I'll go to story settings. And this is how I can decide who I want to hide the story from, close friends, and anything else, and whether this is saved to the camera roll or not. Now on this one, it's not saved to the camera roll because my phone is, as you can tell, quite old, and it just doesn't have the capacity. But I would highly recommend saving to your camera roll because this allows you to have the live stories for later use. Live stories do get off of your story after 24 hours. When you end your live story, you do have the option to post it on your actual story so people can see it for 24 hours, which is what I always do. So if I go back, oops.
Yes, girl.
This is on my story. I'll press story here. This is there. And people can see all these things on your story for 24 hours as well. If I wanted to tap, this will allow me to go through my story. And that's that. Now, I wanted to go a little into my personal Instagram because finding your niche is kind of hard. So how do you find your niche? Okay. If you go through my Instagram, you'll see all my highlights. You'll see a little bit about Let's Talk Live. Oops, sorry. Oh my goodness, pardon me. Oh, gosh, okay. So you'll see all these things. Now, if you notice, if you looked at my last video, you'll see I have 586. I had 587 when I started. Like I said, you will lose followers. People just lose interest, or maybe they're just tired of seeing your posts. It's okay, it happens. Again, the point is to build your tribe and make sure that people have your name in their head. So, like I said, Poonum Desai, Let's Talk Live. My book, Sincerely Life, is a lot about life's philosophy, things like happiness and love and wealth and whatnot. And it's something that I repeatedly emphasize in my book is to start the conversation about anything and everything. Start the conversation about love, start the conversation about dating, start the conversation about how do we find happiness in this world, so on and so forth. And so what I realized was my niche was being able to collect resources and be a central point for a particular expert or resource to be connected to another individual. That's my niche. And so I decided I was going to use my Instagram to actually create a platform where I actually started talking about things because I wanted to practice what I preached. So I used my platform as a way to talk about all types of things. After every single live story, I posted a little summary and a clip about what it was and a little caption. So this particular story was about divorce, dating, online dating, and how to handle divorce in the Indian community because there's a stigma there. This was an author interview that I did with a South Asian author where we talked about immigration, being from a blue-collar working family, and how to navigate gender roles in a society, in the Western society versus the Indian society. And I post bios about people and what they are going to talk about. And I've been creative with this to help people not only find resources, but also get to meet other people and share real life stories about all these things. Because that way, if I start the conversation, a book creates a safe space. And I'm using my Instagram to create a safe space as well. And so that way, there's places to talk about this. This particular story was about domestic violence and how to find resources. And oh my sweet baby Jesus, excuse me. How to navigate resources. Oh my gosh. Oops, okay. How to navigate these resources with domestic violence. And she shared her story. This was very widely viewed. You can see 157 views. This was a story I did with my parents. Everybody loves parents, so utilize them. A schedule where people can follow my stuff. So if you want to know what your niche is just what are you really good at? I realized I'm really good at bringing different people together and connecting resources together. So that way, if you want a domestic violence resource, you've got one. If you want to talk to somebody about dating and navigating divorce, you've got one. If you want to talk about somebody who can help with publishing, if you click on this, oh, look at that. Hi, Diane. That's This is the publishing company that is sponsoring all of these videos. I did an interview with her. You'll see that all these videos are to give back to the community and let others know that you are supporting them. The one thing as an author that you have to do is support other authors and show people that you want to support the community. No one likes anyone where it's all about me, me, me. So show how you can support them. And again, that's by finding your niche, whatever you're good at. And that is how I found what I'm good at. And that's how I created my niche and created something creative from it. I know I've said create a lot, but this will hopefully help you find your own niche. So figure out what you're good at. Step 1, figure out what you're good at. Step 2, how can you display what you're good at in a creative and engaging manner? And step 3 is how can you get more people engaged and other guests and have live conversations with people who are also willing to talk about whatever your niche is.